Okay, so in today's video, this is the first time I am voice recording in a couple weeks because I had such a huge backlog of videos. Originally I was posting twice a week, and my second video in the week always just performed way worse than when I only posted one video on Monday. So that's what I've been doing, and because of that, I had a huge backlog of videos that I wanted to let play out before I kept working on other ones. And it also gave me the chance to complete things in my sketchbook and not necessarily feel the pressure to record them. But with all of that being said, this is my first sketchbook page of this new sketchbook. And as you can see, I have definitely done other spreads before this first one because I am not immune to the, the intimidation of the first page of a sketchbook. And I wanted to give the sketchbook a few other pages to just kind of break it in before I decided what I wanted to do on the first page. If joining me while I complete my first sketchbook page of this sketchbook, drawing and doodling some skunks and raccoons, sounds like something you would like to do, I'm Rory Fluent. Feel free to call me Rory. I like to create dope art content and hopefully curate a chill atmosphere. If you're new around here, hi, hello, how are you? Feel free to let me know in the comments down below. And if you are not new around here, what is up, my dudes? Let's get into this video. Oh my god, I feel so rusty talking into the void, just to the phone in this video footage at the moment, because it's been quite a few weeks, maybe a month, since I have voiced over anything and kind of edited videos. Okay, so I did actually complete 2 videos for my going through my design portfolio and talking about my journey through art school and design school, and just kind of showing off my finished portfolio, because I felt like that might be something that people want to see, and I did get a really nice comment talking about wanting to see it. So I felt like just sitting down and showing you guys both what I have physically, not everything, but what I have in front, in my room at the moment, physically, that I made in design school, and then also going through my online portfolio sounded like something that I just would enjoy. And I created a lot of work that I'm proud of, so I did voiceover and complete editing those 2 videos between this last month that I filmed other videos. But excluding those 2 videos, this is the first time that I'm recording in a while, and it feels kind of strange. But I love the way this spread turns out. I am experimenting with some new art supplies. I have a video that I have the footage for, showing off my reorganizing my watercolor palettes, which just gave me a lot better feel for the kinds of colors that I want to use, and it kind of makes the whole painting process a lot nicer. I've been integrating gouache a lot more into my paintings. Now, here I don't actually use any gouache. I use my handmade watercolors. But in a lot of the spreads that you will see in this sketchbook, I've been using a lot of gouache and a lot of these new soft pastels that I've gotten. I picked out just 10 soft pastels in colors that I use all the time, and I've been getting a lot of good use out of them. I wanted this sketchbook page to kind of just be something that I would be proud of, something that I'm happy to open up to every time I open the sketchbook, and it might make me want to paint and want to draw and feel inspired and proud of what I'm doing. And I definitely accomplished that, so that's super exciting. I couldn't get over how derpy the first 2 little skunk sketches that I did were. I love them. I think they're just so cute, and it just keeps getting derpier and derpier. Here I am actually looking at my one of my favorite sketches from my past sketchbook of a raccoon, and just trying to kind of harness that energy, because that raccoon, I love him so much. I'm really sticking to the derpy, squishy feel for the spread, and in the end, it's definitely, a page, I should say, that makes me laugh and giggle. I'm really proud of the expressions that are on their faces and all the different movements that they're making. One of the things that I'm trying to do in this sketchbook is to paint things that I love to draw in different poses, interacting with things, just being a little bit more dynamic in my sketches and my sketchbook spreads. I'm also trying to keep in mind kind of composition and just kind of generally filling the page or spread when I am working on it. I don't want there to be a lot of gaps. I want there to be a lot of texture and interesting little tidbits going on throughout the whole page or spread, so that way it's just overall kind of its own piece, I guess. I also wanted this video to be kind of like a full start to finish sketchbook page kind of thing, so you can right now obviously tell that I'm just sketching. I haven't even started painting or anything like that, and sometimes I like to sit down and sketch at my desk, and then other times I like to take my sketchbook and sketch with me when I'm hanging out with my partner or on my bed. So I don't always record this footage because sometimes, like, sketching, it's kind of like the thing that I've done the longest, and it's something that I love and enjoy doing. And if I don't want to sketch on my desk, I am not going to make myself, because it's my favorite part and I don't want to ruin it. I don't want to fuck it up. Basically, I just want my sketchbook pages and spreads to look really sick and compositionally just have a little bit more going on, and to be a little bit more thoughtful in where I'm placing things and how I'm drawing them, and just the general clutter and feel and vibe of the page or spread. I personally love to use references. I think that references make everything a little bit easier. There's no reason that I have to draw these guys from my head when I can use a reference and then integrate that reference into my style to help me draw what I want to draw. And in this case, I was having some trouble with some raccoons. They were being difficult with me for some reason, so I went ahead and decided to grab my tablet, go on Pinterest, and just look up photos and kind of smush those photos all together into an amalgamation to create these little doodles, because I'm not directly referencing really any of the photos, but having them there as reference really helped me be able to like draw the raccoon's face in a way that I don't normally, and generally just sped up the process of sketching for sure. I was doing the exact same thing with the skunks, because I mean, with the skunks it's even more important because I've never drawn a skunk before, so I was really trying to figure out what the hell I was doing with the skunk and what I wanted it to look like, and like, what do their feet do? Do I want their feet to be like little feet, or do I just want them to be triangles? Like, how squishy am I trying to go with the vibes of this spread? And so I was kind of using the reference as a starting point to figure out how to draw these guys in my style. Which I know style is definitely like a pretty big like buzzword or whatever. I mean, all I mean by that is that I'm trying to take the reference and then just draw it the way that I would draw anything. And for me, that resulted in these guys looking pretty goofy, but that's okay because I kind of love them. I just had a really fucking sick time trying to doodle these guys up and paint them, and it was really rewarding having them from start to finish be something that I loved. You know, I didn't totally ruin anything when I was painting, which is a huge win for me because I always feel like I love my sketches and then I paint them and they suck ass. So it was really cool to be able to, from start to finish, love every step of the way and not really go through too much of an ugly phase that was too discouraging, or even if they did look a little funky for a minute, it wasn't necessarily something that like overtook the spread and made me kind of fumble the landing and not overall enjoy the process, I guess is what I'm trying to say. I did enjoy the process, and the process itself did not go so poorly that in the end I hated what I was painting. I actually felt like I was bringing these little guys to life for once, which is just, yeah, nice, I guess. It's really nice because sometimes I just feel like I'm throwing color at a page and not really understanding what the hell I'm doing, and like not really painting for anything other than the addition of color. And that really, I think that like mentality or that view that I was going into starting and completing sketches and spreads with just wasn't working, because it's like I need to paint with intention. I need to have a goal for this. Do I want to focus on the lighting? Am I trying to add texture? Am I trying to, what is painting them actually doing for them? Other than just adding color, which is just not really why I want to paint them. Like, yes, I absolutely have color palettes that I gravitate towards, and I love adding color, but that is not the reason, I guess, that I'm painting them. I'm painting them because I want them to look like completed little illustration-y doodles. And so that requires a lot more than just throwing color at them and seeing what happens. once I started looking at the addition of color as more like the addition of texture and as bringing them to life and really purposefully giving them shadows and highlights and kind of understanding, I guess just overall what I wanted to do with the color that I was using. Once I gained that understanding, my spreads felt like they were really starting to come together. And I know that was something I talked a lot about in my past sketchbook. And for the spreads that I've kind of done off camera, it's been something that I've been focusing on is like, what the fuck do I want to do with this color? If I want to make these foxes orange, what's my goal with the different oranges? Am I trying to add texture to their fur? Am I trying to be simple or more complex? And trying to find that balance has been just an absolute pain in my ass, but I think I've finally kind of found it. And sometimes I do still experiment a little bit too much with texture, and it ends up kind of not going in my favor, where it's just a little bit muddy and the texture isn't actually adding contrast to maybe an otherwise flatter illustration. It's just kind of making everything more difficult to understand what's going on. But as long as that hasn't been happening, and it really hasn't, I feel like I've been getting a lot better of an understanding of what to do with my color and how to integrate color and texture into my spreads in a way that makes me very happy to look at them. This color here that I'm using to paint the first skunk, it's called like Fawn Ochre, and it is a handmade watercolor by Jasper Stardust. I've mentioned them quite a few times on my channel because their watercolors are so amazing. Most of my watercolor palette, or my handmade watercolor palette, is from them, but I do have quite a few other artists that I buy from as well. I'm probably going to talk about all of that when I complete my voiceover for my what did I want to call it? I don't really remember, like swatching my watercolors or something like that. I swatch and organize all of my watercolor sets, and when I get around to doing that voiceover, I want to talk about and point out, if I can, where I got all of my handmade watercolor paints, so that if you guys see something that you like, you can go support that artist. But that Fawn Ochre color is something that I've been trying to replicate in my professional palette, where I'm really trying to find a professional paint that is the same color. It's like this dirty, grungy, orangey yellow, like maybe just a warm yellow, not really orangey. But it also has this dirty, almost cool toned feel to it. It's just such a strange color, honestly. And it's been really difficult to find a similar color to it. I keep ending up buying something that's too warm, I think it's pronounced Gothite from Roman Schmal. I got that paint hoping it would be a similar color, and it's just a bit too orange. And I believe I tried out another one, and it was also way too orange, like raw sienna orange. And this color has just been absolutely fighting me with being able to find a dupe of it in a professional watercolor. In the video currently, I am really focusing on just adding shadows in a way that make these guys feel more lively and more grounded in some sort of reality. You know, maybe not our reality, but my artistic reality. And just kind of focusing on, okay, do I want to add fur texture? And the answer was yes. I've been having so much fun adding little like lines of fur texture to things. It's just like, you know, all of that talk of texture and making things more complicated. I feel like the whole time that I was talking about that, it was kind of small, more refined details like that I actually wanted to complete. I just didn't know that. I'm not trying as hard for the angled brush strokes or the really chaotic brush strokes in this sketchbook so far. I've actually found that it is those smaller details that I feel like I've been missing, and less like a more chaotic approach to painting. Not that I'm not trying to be a little bit looser or anything like that, but I found that I'm most satisfied when the strokes that I'm making are a little bit more intentional and a little bit less chunky and more fluid. I don't know, maybe that's a phase right now that I'm going through, because when I look at the spread that inspired really wanting those chunky brush strokes, I do love it. It's just, I don't know. I didn't feel like I was really trying to have chunky brush strokes here on this page, and I really loved the way that it turns out. So maybe all of that talking about wanting to have more complicated and impressionistic brush strokes was for nothing, because I'm going right back to kind of a more simple, I guess, a more clean looking way of painting, and then adding smaller brush strokes and smaller textures, and that's definitely giving me more of, I think, what I want, which is super exciting since I spent so much of that sketchbook really trying to figure out what the hell I wanted to do with my style. And I think that I've found a good spot for me, at least at the moment. You can see that I am really struggling with the skunk that's got like its back arched and it's at a bit of an angle where it's like butt is facing us. I am just struggling to add texture to him in a way that I like. I end up kind of like wetting over the texture that's on him right now and redoing it and just being a lot more simple with it, because it just was not working for me. I really didn't like it. It was looking very sloppy and very much like I didn't know how to add fur texture to him, because I didn't. And so I was like, you know what, we're going to take the L and we are just going to leave him a little bit more simple and a little bit less covered in fur texture, because that's not working for me. I end up really adoring the raccoon that is at the bottom of the spread. I think that he turns out awesome, as well as the raccoon that I was just working on in the top right corner, or left corner. I just feel like they both end up so squishy and adorable, and I got that like puffiness that I've been loving drawing raccoons with, and I just I think that they turned out really dope, and they make me happy, I guess, is all I'm trying to say. That green color that I go in with is also from Jasper Stardust, by the way, and it is Indigoge. It's a beautiful, beautiful green. Oh my god, I love this green. It's vibrant in person, but still manages to be very, like, grungy, and I don't know, just, it's so pleasant and enjoyable to look at, honestly. And I feel like because it is a little bit grungy, it goes really well with this, like, dusty, dirty yellow color that I'm using. my stride at the moment with how I'm wanting to paint and add texture and color and kind of overall complete these sketchbook pages and spreads. I've just been really having a dope time, I guess, a really, really sick time trying to just complete more spreads in my sketchbook. I'm actually completing Funguary at the moment, and I'm drawing like all of these little mushy guys inspired by different mushrooms, obviously, and I'm drawing them as like sheepy guys and goats, kind of similar to my little intro dude, and I'm just having so much fun with it. I am going to film every week of like sketches, I guess you could say, and show them off here and give you guys a video, so look forward to like 4 videos all dedicated to kind of Funguary and those spreads, and they're going to be just very normal videos like this where you're watching me complete a spread. A couple of them are start to finish and a couple of them aren't. And yeah, I'm just really excited about it because all of the little guys that I'm drawing based off of these mushrooms are just like so awesome, and I am having just, I don't know, I'm living my best life drawing sheepy goat guys inspired by mushrooms. And I hope that you guys will look forward to seeing those videos because I am really proud of the art that I'm creating because of them, I guess. I think finding that confidence and drawing things in a different way, but still like subject matters that I really, really enjoy has been a huge boon to me and just greatly helped me want to draw and paint and helped this sketchbook be really exciting to me because every spread that I've done so far has been something that I do enjoy. And I do have 1 or 2 videos of spreads that you haven't seen yet that I have already completed prior to this first page that you guys will see. Just kind of me fiddling around with my new art supplies and kind of getting to be more familiar with the soft pastels specifically and how I want to integrate them into my art. So I hope that all of that sounds like something that you guys are going to look forward to and that hopefully new people will like and come join us in this community. At the moment of this voice recording, I've hit 300 subscribers, which is like amazing. I'm still super annoyed that I can't do like community posts and just kind of be like, oh my god, thank you, but I can't, and I don't want to do like a whole dedicated video to it because by the time that I release it, I might have more or less subscribers than that. So this is my little thank you to anyone who has subscribed and decided to become a part of my little YouTube community. I hope that you guys like these chatty videos. It's my goal to create videos where you guys can put them on and just feel like you're sitting down with someone, hopefully a friend, and listening to me babble about my sketchbook spreads and a bunch of other shit. So I hope that this form of content is successful with you guys and that you do enjoy it because I really enjoy making it. I've gotten a comment or 2 about short form content, and I really don't like creating short form content. I'm a very long-winded person, obviously, and it just doesn't fit well with the art and the content that I am trying to make and get the most enjoyment out of making. Not to mention that I've done some research, and it seems like, especially with smaller creators, doing both posting like long-form content and short-form content can kind of fuck with the algorithm because the algorithm is like the same for both long and short. So if you complete like a long-form video, post it, and it does well, and then a short-form video and it does less well, the algorithm will like treat the short-form video the same as the long-form video in terms of like recommending your shit to people. And so like your long form content won't get shared as much if your short form content isn't performing well, and that's terrifying and not something I want to deal with. The algorithm is already super confusing to me, so I probably won't be creating short form content unless I get a little bit more like secure in the numbers and subscribers that I have. But even then, I am too long-winded for that, and I am just, I don't know, I don't think that I would be able to complete it in a way that I would find satisfying and confident enough to post to the internet. So far, it's been a very kind place to me, but I'm trying not to post to too many platforms. Literally, my long-form content is all I'm really doing, and I do have an Instagram, but I kind of just post like completed Procreate paintings there. I do want to find a way to be able to show my spreads. The problem is that I never feel like I can get a photo that actually works. Maybe I should try scanning it? I don't know. Anyways. As you can see here, I am completing my line work and finishing up the spread. And with these final little additions and this showing of the completed spread, or page I should say, that is it for this video. I hope that anyone who is new to my content enjoyed this first page, and I hope that anyone who is not new to my content also enjoyed this video. I'm sure that you guys will, especially knowing that I'm like really proud of it and really happy with the way that just about every sketch on the page turned out. There's like one not winner where it's like the raccoon chilling in the middle of the spread, but honestly, whatever. He was like, I don't know, at least he was a doodle, and at least he was there, and I probably learned something out of it, so it's fine. Anyways, with all of that being said, thank you guys so much for watching. Feel free to like, comment, subscribe, and do those YouTube-y things. If you don't know what to comment, feel free to comment algorithm. And with that, I will hopefully talk to you in the next video. Bye!